Hi everyone, I'm going to do or try to do a create with me video. Yeah, haven't done one for a while. It's been a bit difficult with lockdown and everything, and kids being at home and nanny duties and everything, but my daughter's not working this week, so I don't have the grandchildren, and teenagers gone back to school, so I'm going to try and do one. And I'm going to do a different version of the paper bag album that I did last year. So last year I made a create with me on these paper bag albums where the bags open on the ends and that folded over as your enclosure. But I recently made a different one, and this one is a vertical paper bag album where the bags actually open at the tops rather than at the ends. And you don't use bags to make the covers or anything, so you end up with a bigger album. So I thought I'd show you how I do these ones instead. So this one is also made using 8 of the paper bags. I buy my paper bags from Amazon. They're just cheap lunch bags, and to prepare your bags you need 8, or I used 8. You can use as many as you want, I suppose. We take our bags and we fold the bottoms up like so. It's the same way we prepared them for the other create with me, so if you watched the other one you'll know already this. I'll go through it again. You just smooth them out with your bone folder, and you do that to all 8 of them. So I've already done a few. I've just doing these last few ones to show you how I do them. Just smooth out your folds. Oh. And the last one, you fold them up. Do what? I don't actually fold them up. Don't know why I folded them up. I actually fold them this way. Look at that, made a mistake already. So you fold them up so that this bit is showing upwards, because these are going to be your pockets and you want a smooth inside, and that's going to be covered anyway. So let's just do that quickly. Smooth them all down. Yeah, I do still have my youngest at home, so if he should barge in at any time, I do apologise. I actually don't know how crafters are managing to find time to do the videos they're doing. I just seem to be run off my feet with homeschooling and children. I usually try to be as prepared as possible for videos, because I don't think people like watching this. Anyway, so we fold them up like so, and then I trim mine to 6 inches from the bottom. So I would trim it to 6 inches like so, and just take that little bit off of the top. Just neatens it up a bit. I need a new blade, I think. one. Just trim them to 6 inches. That's better. And 6 inches. There we go. Then we need to glue our pockets down. So I'll just do a few to show you how. So you don't have to have these as pockets. I have them as pockets, but you could just glue them flat and not have them as pockets at all. And my glue's not in a flowing mood. And we would smooth that down. And then you also want to glue this flap down. Just a bit of glue. Yeah, my glue's decided it's going to play. It always plays up in videos, my glue. Never have a problem with it coming out of these bottles when I'm not doing a video. So yeah, so again, you could just do half of them as pockets, you could do all of them as pockets, or you could do none as pockets. It's totally up to you. I'm a bit of a pocket fan, so I'm going to do I do all of mine as pockets. And then glue that bit down. Like so. And another one. I'll do 3. I think you get the gist after I've done 3 of how you do this. And glue down these bits. So that's our paper bags. Do that to all 8 of your paper bags, and you can ink them now. With the one that I made, I actually then put flip outs on my bags. So there's the flip out, there's a flip out, and there's a flip out. The flip outs are so easy to do. Let's see, how big shall I do a flip out, and I'll show you how to do a flip out. So the bag would measure, it's 5 inches, so I'll do 4.5, and obviously we know it's 6 inches, so I'll do 4.5 by 5.5. But what I would actually do is I'll do 5.5 top to bottom and 5 across. So you want a piece of card, just a piece of card like this is fine, and we want to trim that at 4.5. So 4.5 is there. Four and a half. By 5. 4.5 by 5. And then you need to get your scoreboard. And on the 5-inch side, score at ½ inch. Score at ½ inch. Let's trim the corners. Just snip off your little corners like so. And I would probably round my corners. Don't know why I'm using that one. And then you would take your bag like so. And I could have done that a lot bigger, but never mind. You can do your flip outs any size you want. You could do them to go the right way across, half the page, or whatever. This one I did my measurements a bit wrong. It should have been 5.5 by 5, not 4.5 by 5. But that's fine, it's still workable. And then you just not ink, well, you could ink it if you want to. Then get your glue on the inside of here. Just whack a whole load of glue on there. This is just a fabric tack type glue. Glue on the top of this. And you just pretty much slide it in where you want it to go. Don't go right up to the fold because it needs to be able to fold in. And glue it down. I'll do one more. So let's this time do it 5.5 by 5. So we want it 5.5 by 5. And this is just craft card. I think it's 230 GSM I'm using here. And score at ½ inch. Not on the 5.5 side, on the 5 side. Score at ½ inch. Snip your little corners off. And rounded my corners. Find another bag. And then you just glue them in. And like I say, I do this for all 8 of my bags, but you don't have to. You can do as many or as little as you want. It's personal preference. And just slip it in, not quite to the fold. See, you could even go a little bit bigger if you wanted to, but I personally probably would not go any bigger than that. And there you have your flip outs. Or if you wanted to, You could have it on that side where it's blank. I usually do my flip outs on that side where there's no pocket, because here you have a pocket. So my flip outs would be on that side. I'm trying to work out now. Yeah, on that side. Okay, so that's how you prepare your bags, and then obviously you can ink them as you want, whatever, it's up to you. Now when it comes to doing the spine, it is, oh, I did write it down somewhere. Where did I put it? Oh, I can't find my little note. Oh, here it is. Right, so for the spine, you need to get another piece of the card of that's not it. Sorry, my chair's a bit squeaky. Let me get another piece of card. So you need a piece of A4 card, and you need to cut it to 6 inches. You need 6 inches, so let's cut that down to 6. There we have 6. So you need a strip of brown card that is 6 inches high, because that's how high our bags are, tall our bags are. So you need it 6 inches. You then need to cut a strip at 2 3/4 inches. So let me see, 2 3/4 of an inch is there. Then you need another strip at 1 1/4 inch, no, 2 1/4 inch, 2 1/4, 2 1/4 inch, and 1 3/4, 1 3/4, and a strip at 1 1/4. 1 1/4. So there you should have 4 strips then. 4 strips, 1 at 2 3/4, 2 1/4, 1 3/4, 1 1/4. Then you get your scoreboard, and you are going to score them on at 1/2 inch on both sides. So you're going to score 1/2 inch here. Now you could work it out and go 1/2 inch in, but I'm late. It's just easier for me to turn it round and score 1/2 inch on the other side. So you end up with that. So it's scored at 1/2 inch on both sides. And we're going to do that to all 4 of the strips. So it's 1/2 inch. Turn around. Score at 1/2 inch. And the next one we're going to score at 1/2 inch. Turn around, score at 1/2 inch. And then on the small one we do the same, score at 1/2 inch. Turn it round, score at 1/2 inch. Then we're going to fold these in. And this is going to yeah, this will make up our spine. Fold them in. And then the same with that one. Now we're going to layer these, but before we layer them, I'm just going to snip my corners off, just trim them off. One, two, and off the little one as well. Right, let's get those out of the way. Right, so what we're going to do is we are going to take the 2 3/4 one, that's going to go on the bottom, and then the 2 1/4 one, and we are going to glue that on top. Now you could take the time to measure it. You are measuring it so that you have a gap of about 1/4 inch on either side of it. Now I don't, I'm quite a lazy crafter. I'm not going to sit here and measure them all out. I just eyeball it. I'm an eyeballer. Now I'm going to use glue to do this. I have seen people use double-sided sticky tape to do it. I prefer to use glue because you get a bit of wiggle time with glue. So you get that time where you can line it up properly and things like that. Whereas with double-sided sticky tape, you put it down and it's down. And because I'm eyeballing it, I suppose if you're measuring it, it's better. But because I eyeball it, because I'm a lazy crafter, that looks about even to me. So then we smooth that one down onto there. And then we're going to do the same with all 4 of them. The next one is the 1 3/4. Again, we're going to stick it in the middle, leaving about 1/4 inch between the folds. Just centre it really. We're just centering them. So let me eyeball that a bit. It's so much easier to just do it with glue, I think. I'm not a big fan of double-sided sticky tape. I do use it, but I'm more of a glue person. And then the little one we do as well. Just get some glue. And then center that one as well, so that it's kind of even. And that is your spine. So that works as our spine. Then we up a bit, let it dry obviously. Push them to one side, push them to the other side. But that there is the spine for our paper bags. So now what we do is we will take a paper bag like so, and we are going to attach one paper bag to one of these strips like so, and we do that with all of the 8 paper bags, and we do it in the exact same way that we did the flaps. I have to turn mine around because it's easier for me to do it this way. So what I would do, again, people do this with double-sided sticky tape, but I think it's so much easier to do it with glue because of wiggle time. Put some glue in here. Put a little bit of glue on the top of this. And then you take your time doing this. Don't rush it. Slide them in. Don't go straight up to the fold. Don't go straight up to the fold. Just a little bit up to the fold, just a little bit. And then smooth it in. And that's our first page. Then we do it with the next, exact same thing with the next bag. Now, the way you put these in is up to you. You can have all the pockets on one side, like this, for instance, this way. Oh, sorry, forgot to put glue on the top of this bit. Bit of glue on there. Slide the bag on. Spend some time lining it up with the other bags, getting it up to the fold. Just take your time on it. It's not a rush. I'm doing it quite quick because I don't like to do long videos. My phone sometimes cuts out, or I also find long videos can be a bit tedious. Like watching me do this with 8 bags, I think will bore you to tears. But you could do it so that your pockets are like this. So you could have one pocket on this side and one pocket on this side, or you could put it in like that so you've got plain and pocket like we have here with a flip out. Then with a flip out here you would have 2 pockets. You have to kind of think of how you want to do your layout with your bags before you glue them in. I tend to do mine all the same. Like on this one, I've done all of mine as flip out, plain bag, pocket, flip out with the plain bag, pocket, flip out, plain. So I've done mine all, the bags facing all the same way, but you don't have to do that. You can do it how you want. So with this one, I will do it with the pockets to pocket, just to show you, because it's something different, isn't it? So if I want it like that, I would glue this side in, and then I would do my flip out on this, on the other side. There, glue on the top bit here. This is just really to show you another way of doing a paper bag album, so that it's just a bit bigger really. Come on. It's quite fiddly, but if you take your time to do it, and then that way on that page I have 2 pocketed sides together That side there is plain. And then you just do that with all 8 of your bags. So you're going to put one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. Now I am not going to do that all on video for you because I think it'll be quite boring and the other pockets haven't been glued down yet or anything. So I'm going to leave it there. I will do the rest of this bag and then I will come back and show you how I do the cover for it. But yeah, it's quite nice. That's how you do a vertical one. Then you've got your pocket on the top instead of on the side like the other ones. So yeah, I hope you find that useful. I would love to know if you like the idea of a vertical paper bag album. I quite like doing both styles, to be honest, but I'd love to know your thoughts, and I will definitely be back with another video showing you how I would do the cover for this album. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.